Hey guys, it's Chris from Team Hit'em. This is my deck profile that I brought to regionals yesterday. I got top 67 or 67 place, if that matters of any sort. But I'll just get right down to it and bring it down. They don't want to see my face. I ran triple Madolche. She's the main searcher of the deck. She searches out whatever I need to get my plays going. And I guess she really doesn't get veilered that much anymore, but that's fine. 3 meth and gelato instead of 2 because I have lost to where I didn't have another meth and gelato in deck, and this time around I didn't draw into too many of them, so it was pretty good. Just triple every Madolche, it feels like. 3 hoot cake, everyone knows what he does. If you don't, banish a monster from the graveyard, special summon another Madolche from your deck, which will usually be the meth and gelato, to get Ticket or Chateau going. And triple Mufile. He's the cat, obviously, but he's the Marauder captain as well. Normal summon, special another Madolche, yet again, which is a meth and gelato or hoot cake to get the plays going. Pretty simple. 2 cards.
Get money.
Yeah, they are the secret ones, but not my first choice. But it did work, I guess. It gave me the +2. It didn't get veilered either, but it was just more food for Hoot Cake because he's really hungry sometimes. The 3 Maxi, I was going to keep it at 2, but I faced a lot of dragons. I mean, a lot. And it just did its job, give me free cards. They didn't really stop them. They didn't give a crap. They were like, oh, cool, Maxi. But and 2 Veilers just for those random rogues and dragons sometimes when they make Dracosec, but long and behold, they didn't make one the whole time I was there. Kind of shunned on me, but I guess I deserved it.
Better prepared than not prepared.
Yeah, it's better prepared. I don't know. And to the spells, 2 Ticket, 3's too cloggy, 2's just right. This is the biggest MST target of the whole day. They would MST it right away, and I'm like, oh, rats, now I have to make tiramisu with nothing. But it gives you free searches when the monster would return back to the hand or deck. I ran double Chateau. 3 I didn't really need. I didn't side the 3rd one because I didn't think I would face Gravekeepers or any harsh field card wars.
Are you glad that you put it back to 2?
Yeah, or 2 is all. I even could have put it to 1 because honestly I didn't use that card at all just to beat over Noble Knights because they were just alone too strong for me. But 2 is alright. 1 would have been a lot better. I could have fit side deck cards in here to help me with the competition a little bit.
Okay.
3 MST for
It's
it's mandatory for me because skill drain. Even though when there was a skill drain, I did not see this card at all. Nor did I last long enough to fucking see it at all because they usually beat me this after I ended my turn. But it did work. I mean, they did their Ravine play. I made them ditch one and then I destroyed it, and they're just like rats. But it did its job. Double pod duality, not 3 because I do special summon a lot.
Get money, secret.
Yes, my teammates were kind enough to help me out with hollowing out most of my cards. But I didn't special summon. I do special summon a lot, so I didn't need 3. And I usually, one of these, I'll get a Madolche, and it's pretty much game over from that point. 1 Book of Moon for.
Get money.
This honestly was for Abyss Gaios, but I didn't face Mermails. I came a lot more prepared for Mermails than not having to face any of them at all. And 1 Dark Hole.
Get money.
Didn't use that at all. Didn't need to.
Secret.
I had it when I faced MX Sabers or whatever the hell they're called, but he beat me before I even got to go to my next turn. Okay, down to the traps. 3 Fiendish Chain.
Get money. Super.
This single-handedly got me over Felgran because they were too quick to activate the effect for every little thing I did. And I just chained that to it. And I guess Fiendish Chain lives up to his name. Double Mirror Force did absolutely nothing for me. I mean, I had to 1-for-1 a title because if I didn't, I would have lost. but that's the only job it did. So
Deep prison, do you think would be
I didn't
better?
want deep prison because I didn't want them to get that plus.
Okay.
Because I went in thinking that they were going to do the Dracossack 7 spam build, but they were doing the 8s and just Felgrand, and I'm just like, I did Mirror Force's Felgrand, and then he did that, and I chained a Fiendish Chain, and he's like, well, I hate you, and I'm like, well, get over it. But it was fun. One warning, I warned into Felgrand twice, but the one time I did warning it, I ended up losing because 2,000 life points giving up is not making my situation any better. Excuse her. This is my kind of a tech card because I was so afraid of Honest because I went in thinking, oh, Lightsworns and Constellars are going to be everywhere. Yeah, I was wrong again.
Right.
But a guy did max me and I activated that, so I was safe to go off. And the one-ofs, Compose.
Get money. Secrets.
Compose, didn't use it. Bottomless used it against Title, and I'm just like, well, I'm stupid. Because he normal summoned it because he had Scapegoat. No, he didn't have Scapegoat. He did something to normal summon it. I'm just like, banish, and he's like, oh, cool, I +1. And I'm like, great. And the Madolche party got it off every duel. And from there, I won. Now we'll do the extra deck. I had the 1 Zen mains for protection, which actually helped because I had the Fiendish Felgrand and I didn't have any way of getting over it, so I attacked it with this, destroyed his Felgrand, and yada yada. One number 17, didn't do anything. Levier, didn't do anything. Solo Silver Mountain, guess what?
Didn't do anything.
Mecha Equip Engineer. I made this one time, and like always when I made this, they Dark Hole next turn, and I had 26 defense Tiramisu, and they're just like sitting on their hands like, how do I get over it? So that's good. I'm glad I got that. Double,
last minute, too.
Last minute. Double Invoker. Literally, when I went in, this is how I had my extra deck set up. I just had those 2 cards. And I'm just like, Tiramisu and Invoker. That's literally the play I did all day. Unfortunately. So it doesn't say a lot much about me, but that's the play I did. But it's good with the 3 Messenger Gelato and everything. 1 Daigusto Emerald. I had so much space in my extra deck, I just put it in there. It didn't do anything.
Would you switch it out for anything else?
I would if I can find something. It was going to be a black ship, but I figured Tiramisu does the job enough. So that's just in there.
So black ship will be the...
Yeah, this would be just in case I started off so bad that I needed to recycle Veiler and Maxi.
And just to draw another card.
And just to draw another card. Fairy King Aberditch. I did make this against dragons, but didn't really help. They just overpowered me. But I won making it, but he didn't help. He didn't contribute to the fucking winning part. Cowboy, I'm kind of questioning this card a lot lately. I had never lost to it. I never had to use it. But I had it almost used on me because they put an attack one. I'm like, oh, hell no, he ain't trying to do this. I Mirror Force it. Like, Mirror Force was 1 for 1 a lot, I noticed.
Yeah. That's all a lot of people don't... They learned their lesson. Was that closer to top of the tables, or were more towards like?
Well, where I had to use Mirror Force.
Yeah, with their 1-for-1s.
It was pretty much every Dragon player I tried to play, or would they try to beat me. Like usually it would get popped, which is why I said I never had to use it because they main 3 MST, and then when they sided, they put the Dust Tornadoes, and I'm like crap. But yeah, that was towards the tops, and then I put Maestroke to hopefully beat over some Constellar monsters because I'm so afraid of Honest. Didn't have to go it. I did face a Constellar player. I made this for protection, so I would give them the choice if they made Pleiades to return this over anything else. They didn't. They just because I had Light and Prison Mirror. That's why they couldn't do anything. I forgot all about that. Dweller for the Mermail players. I mean, Dragons too. No, I didn't have to make it. Dragons, I was going to make this against Dragons when they had no hand and they had to banish from the graveyard. But at the time when I sided in Imperial Iron Wall, I got it exactly when I needed it. So that Blade Armor Ninja for the OTK didn't do it. Didn't want to risk it because I'm not stupid. Double Tiramisu. She's a boss bitch, I guess. But
come on, boss ass bitch.
Unfortunately, I only made her against Noble Knights. Dragons. I did make it against a Dragon player, which eventually got me the game because I guess he made Gimmick Puppet the grinder, and that was his last play, and I kind of knew that, so I made that and returned it, and I made 2 of them that turn. Remember? I made 2 of them that turn.
Yeah, that same duel.
And well, not the same turn, but the same duel. And she was good. She's all right. She's not that bad. Okay. To the side deck, 2 lances. My least favorite card that I ever sided ever because I used to main this card and I got a game 1 loss because I forgot to side it out because
they deck checked him. That was so stupid. Just because the guy that he was facing was undefeated, right?
I think so. At the moment, at that time, it was only the 3rd round.
Yeah.
And he was undefeated at that point. They just deck checked me, and I was stupid because I thought I was maining these, and I kept them in there, and I'm like, duh. Anyway, 2 heraldic record for Abyss Gaios and any kind of Constellar shenanigans I didn't feel like dealing with. Didn't use it.
Or Exceeds, period.
Yeah, Exceed, but only certain ones give me a problem. Didn't have to use it, unfortunately. 2 Lightning Prisoner Mirrors, Noble Knights and Constellars did side it in for the Constellar matchup, but I drew it, and that pretty much ended that quickly. Debunks for the Mermills and the Heretics that I thought I was going to face going in, but I didn't have to face them, so they were dead. Imperial Iron Wall, it did its job. It won me 2 of my Dragon matchup games. So.
And your MVP of the side.
No, that's not my MVP. My MVP,
this one.
Yeah, the Gozen match.
Yeah.
Dragon players pretty much hated me at that point because they were
fuck dragons.
They did the wood dragon and then they went to the water one, and I'm like,
what colors?
and I'm like, Gozen match, and I'm like, pick a color, any color. You can only have one. And then from there I won. And I have the 2 Kaikus, which I also sided in for dragons. I kept it on the field for 1 turn, and then they blaster popped it every time. But it was cute. And my last card, Crimson Sunbird. No reason in there, I just had the space. I wish I would have taken something out to put in here for this, but I just didn't have anything at the time. So Crimson Sunbird, everybody, $18 I value it at. If you would like to get one, I suggest pick it up now. We have 45 of them. But that's my deck profile, guys.
So what was your matchups? What did he face?
First, going into the place, I faced dragons. Right off the bat, I lost because he had a skill drain, and I couldn't do anything from that point because, like I said, the MSCs, I didn't get them. And then I faced Constellars. It was the Constellar that spammed Pleiades. It was Omega. I returned it every time. And then I had the Lightning Prisoner Mira. Then I faced Noble Knights 3 times. The only problem they said they had against me was not drawing the monsters, but drawing the equips instead. And that was that. And then I faced 2 more dragons. Did I face 2 more? I lost to 2 and I beat 2. So yeah, I faced 4 dragons that whole day. They were all the mythic dragon. They were all the mythic dragons, whatever the fuck.
Mystical dragons?
Yeah, they were all them. I beat them. I guess I felt like Felgrand made them slow down a little bit, which I appreciated. And then I faded MXs, which I lost to because I didn't know how to side against them, and they spammed like I wanted to kill myself. And I believe I faced. That was it. I think that's all I faced. All dragons and noble knights for me. And that's it. I'm happy with what I did.
So what was your end result record?
6-3, and I came 67th place. I'm pretty proud of myself. That's the highest I've ever gotten in the region without dropping right away. But I'm proud of myself, and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. That's Chris's deck profile. Top, 67th place, like he said. The best, at this moment, the best player on the team because he got the highest, rank, or what it is. And Lord and behold, with Madolches. So if you had an option to do it all over again, would you take Madolches?
I would always take Madolches. That's my baby. I love the deck completely.
Until they get hit.
Until they get hit, unfortunately.
Right. All right, guys. It's your boy New Teddy Era with Team Hit'em. Featuring Chris, and 10 likes on this video, the next video will go up, and I'll put up the mashup video of all the rounds play by play and what we have. So yeah, guys, peace.